What would you say are the biggest energy blocks or the biggest wounds that you see from your events or your coaching or the things that you're doing online that are preventing people from feeling more abundant and free?
Oh boy.
If you can name them, what are those blocks or wounds that you see most common that are blocking people's abundance?
Okay, you guys ready? Because don't get mad at me. I'm just gonna.
He's worried about judgment already. Notice.
So we live in a very masculine world. And
obviously.
But I'm talking energetically masculine. And I say that because we believe that achievement and accomplishment, power, even in an unhealthy fashion, money and followers and what we look like and what we do, that all of this stuff is going to bring us love. That was me, Louis, for most of my years, most of my life, until one day my mom passed away. And I say my mom passed away because for many of us, that's what starts us on the healing journey. It's either death, sickness, or like the loss of all of our money. When God literally brings us to our knees to say, listen, time out. The way you're living life, it just isn't working. And the reason that I find in most of the people that I work with is because we've been so busy living up here that we've forgotten to live here, right? Women are afraid. In our events, I'll ask.
But for good reasons sometimes too,
right?
That's
for very good reasons. And most people don't know this, but there's been a war between men and women for hundreds of thousands of years. The reason being is this once used to be a very feminine world. Women are the masters of the spiritual world, and men are the masters of the physical. And there was once a point in time in humanity where women were the leaders. Women were the ones that we men went to for guidance and advice, and the smart men still do this, right? This is where they say behind every good man is a good woman, and if there's wounding, you say, why do you have to be behind? Why can't it be? You know what I mean? It's the same, okay?
Next to every good man.
Yes, it's the same. Okay? So then what happens, Louis, is that I realize that most of us have been bamboozled and tricked into thinking that this is where life is at. And we have to help human beings to start the process of returning here, to returning to our feelings, to returning to our heart, to returning to our emotions. And I'm going to tell you why. Number one, you can't ever be whole until you have whole masculine, whole feminine. When you realize that you are not two, you are actually zero. And when you get to zero, that's when you can connect to God. Because God, okay, don't get mad at me. God can't be a man. It can't be a man. Because if it's a man, I just want you to think about this for a second. What does that say to the other part of us? We have been lied to and told that God is a man because the man is the mind is the masculine. That's a program we are all running here in the 3D world that keeps us away from opening our hearts. When we open our hearts, we return to receiving. And this is the kicker. Who wants to make more money? Raise your hands. But who's serious? Who really wants to make more money? Okay? And who really wants to make more money and work half as hard as you work right now? Because how many of you guys know there's a lot of people that work hard and make a lot of money, but they're also miserable in their relationships and in their health, yeah? So who wants to have it all? Raise your hands. Okay, I'll tell you how to have it all. You have it all by both envisioning and working, but also allowing and receiving. Allowing and receiving is the feminine. And when you are disconnected from your feminine, you are so busy, go. I'll sleep when I die, and I've got to stay on, and I got to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and you're all messed up, and you have zero time to connect with those that you love is because you're up here. What about receiving? What about, being so powerful that you could connect to your heart and you can connect to your soul power, the magnetism that you have to attract and receive and call into your life's experience, whatever it is that you want. That's the power of your feminine.
What is the biggest reason why women today are disconnected from their feminine?
Because it's not safe. Because it's not safe. Yeah.
It's not safe for those women to feel like they can step into it.
No. It's not safe for any of us to step into our feminine. Look, men have been taught and told for years that if we connect to our emotions and our feelings, that we're made weak.
Yep.
That we're weak or that we're a or whatever, right? That's an issue, guys. Listen to me very carefully. You will never live an abundant life if that's your reality. You will never reach the maximum of your capacity in your finances, the maximum of your capacity in your relationship, the maximum of your capacity as a father. How are you going to connect to your children if you're not connected to your own child, your own inner child?
Yeah,
it's impossible.
It's true.
Yeah? And so if you think about it, if our men are disconnected from our hearts, then how could we ever love and honor a woman? Because the woman is the feminine. So then the woman is the feminine and she's her heart, right? But yet she doesn't feel safe and she doesn't feel seen by men. So then what does she do? The woman goes into the masculine. So everyone's up here in their head. Now that you understand what I'm trying to tell you, the thing that we as human beings are starting to finally do is start to realize that we can't live here forever. And we can't be afraid to go back and heal those things that have happened in the past. Lewis, on the final day of my event, it's a 3-day event, right? On the final day of the event, my life changed forever. This was about a year ago. A woman got up and she said, I want to say thank you because I've never shared with anyone that I was sexually molested when I was a little girl. Pause for a second. When you deal with, and I know in a room like this, at least 50% of the audience has had an experience like that, right? When you deal with a wound like this, your life force is blocked. Your lower energetic chakras are blocked. Literally, your sexual energy is blocked because you don't feel safe in the energy of sex, which is the energy of creation, which is the energy of creating what you want your life to be like. That's why your money is blocked. That's why your relationships are blocked. That's why, because energetically you're blocked. So the whole key to everything is heal. Heal the energy that's within you. Heal whatever resentment or anger or I wish that it was different or or how come I couldn't have had a different mother or a different father, because I'm going to tell you this right now. Your mother and father gave you the greatest gift that you will ever receive, and that's the gift of your life. And they were perfect.
Yeah.
And you picked them. You picked them. Please listen to me. And I don't know how else to say it, because the ego and dark energy wants you to constantly be resenting your mother and father. Yes. Because that's how all of this darkness continues. If you resent the very people that gave you the gift of life, so what you're saying is you actually resent life. If you resent life, you cannot create the life that you want.
So, thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.